Take all kind of the world go around. They can kill that air down some though. They can cripple and kill a lot of folks around here. I tell you what, they cold going around, ain't it? Just when you thought you're standing, Joker be leaning. And they don't know everlasting arm either. Y'all all right? Mm-hmm. We'll talk a little bit anyway, see what does say Mr. Yahuah. Get through. Uh-oh. String came loose. I didn't realize it. When you get old, I put my shoes on different than other folk. I put my shoes on, tie them up to the day I'm over with. They say just because you loosen them up don't mean somebody else won't untie them. So I don't tie them. I ain't gonna let nobody beat me out. So by the time I feel like I'm gonna make the whole day and I'm gonna live, I go ahead and tie them. That's why I should be the person that untie them too. See, that's that extra logic. Y'all all right? All right, it's good to be alive. We're gonna get ready to let them sound that Katos Sarah. We're gonna get it moving forward. People don't know it. I don't have to wait on that before I start preaching. That's just to call assembly. Go ahead, y'all can, you know what I'm saying? I'm already, he told me to cry loud, spare not. Lift up my voice like a shofar. That's right. They told me to show the people their transgression. Ain't that right? So you don't make the assembly when they call, you don't have the attribute, then you already know, then you're in violation. That means you missed them all. All right, go ahead and we'll let it loose. Let it loose like one of Prince's farts. Go ahead. All right. We'll just give homage to Mr. Yahuah before we start with you. All right. Most High Yahuah Elohim, who is Al Shaddai, who is a beer, who is strong and mighty. We par your Shem, which is to beautify your name, for being ever so true by us, allowing us to assemble once again, in spite of, but yet because of. You are Hab the Abath, which are the fathers. You are Hab the Benin, which are their children, giving us an opportunity to come that we might Shama your Dabarim, which is hear your words. Hadu for sparing our Kai, which is our life, and allowing us this opportunity not only to be here, but to even to meditate on, to think on the things that you allow, health and strength, movement, sight, smell, touch, feel, everything you've given us is above and more than reasonable. Even the opportunity to open our paw and speak, to even to be able to palau, which is to ask of you, and then to be receivers of your baraka, which is the gift that you bestow upon us. We ask you to allow us the understanding as you lamed us, that we might become a better adah, which is a fold, a congregation, or a flock. And as we move further, we palau, in which we ask that you take full control. Continue to be a healer to those that could not be here but had a desire. Continue to be strength and be kind, be a nakum to those out of towners, locally, dispersed wherever the situation or opportunity allowed or is needed. We ask you to intercede by your ruach, that you'll strengthen the understanding, strengthen the lives with the hearts of, strengthen even their basar, their flesh, that they don't break down or turn away, but we be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the works of Yahuah, knowing that our labor is not in vain in Yahuah. In the Shem of Yahusha, Yahusha HaMashiach, we palau. Let us all say, Amen. All right. How do for that? You been too? All right, well, look, y'all cutting that air on down, cutting on now. They say it got hot in here. Yeah, I ain't trying to get sick. I gotta keep moving. I gotta be him. I got to be him. I know the other people that, they had to be here too, but circumstances, situations sometimes won't allow, but we appreciate them for the desire. One day we're gonna be back up to membership. I don't know, boy. Corona and the common, I don't know, the common cold is stronger than Corona, ain't it? Why they ain't make him get a vaccine for the common cold? They talking about common cold take out more people than anybody. Everybody talking about Corona, more niggas sick with the cold. Ain't that right? So it's still blowing? I hear that noise anyway. All right. This is Romans 15:4 is what we're reading, but we're certainly looking, we're using the Beth Mashiach, Beth Ha Mashiach. So I said Beth Mashiach. Somebody probably been looking it up. Now he spells it B-A-Y-I-T. We spell Beth B-Y-T-H, but he spells it B-A-I-T-H-A-M-A-S-H-I-Y-A-C-H. Okay? We wouldn't even use the I, but he uses it. He uses, what is that, Karik? He's saying it's an I type, she. He uses it for the she, but we use the Yah. The Yah has a first and a final form, just like Yahuah. Isn't that right? We actually got more than first and final. So I'm going to teach that he was the Abba in creation, the Son in redemption, then the Ruach HaKodesh in the Adah. So people teach all kind of stuff. He been the Ruach HaKodesh the whole time. Isn't that right? I don't know why these people got in there. I don't know what these people got. People got all, it sound good though. I heard a guy one time, he did a trial sermon. He said he got killed. When everybody was looking, it was a trial sermon. He said it was 3 of them. Said it was a father, a son, and said the last one hit him, so had grabbed him so fast, he said he would swear it was a ghost. Man, folk was shouting. That was starting. His daddy was his granddad was an old preacher, so he gave him that old lying speech. Sound good, though. He in the Baptist church, he said the last one hit him so fast, he said he could have swore it was a ghost. Then it come out, he like painters. So we know what hit him. It was the ghost of Mr. Penis. I seen that boy wife. He had a pretty old little red wife, too. That boy ain't got no business with that gal. That gal like a little thoroughbred. I said, that boy ain't got no business with that gal. Yo, look at that boy. Oh, that boy, too, there. It didn't take long. Ain't that right? That boy got so much penis in the back, you thought he was drinking that bill. Heineken? You know? Y'all like that? 999,000. I used to have it. Heineken. Uncle tell you don't still drink it, do you? Uncle tell he got offended. I said, Uncle tell you, hey, Buck, what's wrong with that Heineken? Yeah, but you know, I appreciate Mr. Yahuah, though. I said I've been doing it for 24 years, over 24 years. I appreciate Mr. Yahuah. I ain't been caught up in no scandal. Ain't been nobody else, wife, husband, children. Ain't that right? Ain't caught up stealing no money. Ain't that right? I appreciate Mr. Yahuah for that. Isn't that right? I appreciate Mr. Yahuah. It ain't mean that. I appreciate it. When I say I appreciate it, because he had to give you that mind. But see, you don't know sometimes. You'll be prepared. He'll prepare you for something that you don't see at the time. The stuff I've gone through to get me to where I'm at, I never would have thought it would have worked. You know how people say, when you're going through, because it get ready, you don't want to hear that stuff when you're going through. That really, you be thinking, you need to keep your mouth shut. Something happen, you lose. No, you don't want to hear nobody talking. I know you don't see where. I'm like, I know you don't see. You need to shut up. You about to get slapped. Because you heard right then. You heard. You don't want to hear about what's coming later. If you don't see it, you don't see it. You dealing with your natural hurt. But I appreciate Mr. Yahuah. That's how we start to look at when you start depending. You begin to trust somebody so you can see what the outcome is. But it took me to go through a lot of experiences. And a lot of times, sometimes it ain't great. You might get a small one. Then he might just drop one of them big skaboogers on you. Well, you said, I wasn't ready for this one. He said, oh, you ready? This will prove where you at. So a lot of times people don't realize that, but that's the type of person you got to be. You got to always be ready and be willing to consider whatever you got. I told people, look around, husband and wife, your kids, your house, your car, whatever you got, even your money. You don't know what he's going to come and test you on, because one of them things could be one of the issues that really could be keeping you from perfection. People don't believe it, but it happened. So I appreciate Mr. Yahuah for what he done. This is Romans 15:4. We ain't the only one doing it, but we just do a done good job at it. Appreciate Mr. Yahuah. And then we don't leave people in derision. If you watching and you don't understand what we're saying, then I already know what's wrong with you. You lost. Because we make it plain. We don't run with stuff. We try to explain to people what stuff means. Because that's it. I want to know. So I want other people to know. I want to give people a fair opportunity where nobody got no excuses not to get it right. You know what I'm saying? If you got a mind and you want to be right, Mr. Yahuah he got the information. Sometimes you got people that just still stuck in their way. And what happened with some people, they'll hear this, but they still doing their own thing. then it'll clog you up. It don't work like that. You can't be doing your own thing when you hear this. You got to be with it. And I learned that even with the Charlotte King. See, when he got Cuff and Andre, his brother, you know what they ain't keep trying to work while he was talking? They ain't try to get them a side hustle. They were totally dedicated. They had that mindset to leave it alone. Just drop it right down the spot. Said, drop your nets and follow me. They did. A lot of time what happened, we know, ain't what they said. So you saying everybody need to quit their job? Your mama. Because, because she did a good job had she locked them thighs together just when your head came out. I wouldn't have to explain all that. Some people, if their mama did their job, I wouldn't have to do all that explaining. I bet just run straight down through the middle. Because all the ass's neck will be broke. The book told you can't, everything that first break the matrix, they call it, to come out from now, he said you had to dedicate to Mr. Yahuah. He said, but if it was an ass, he said you got to break that neck. So they mama seen them come out, they know, lock them thighs. Come out that Pal Smith stand and lock them thighs one time, he ain't gonna receive it. He ain't gonna take it, I ain't gonna take it either. So here we go again. Romans 15:4, listen to the book.
For whatever Nikatab before.
For whatever was written before.
Nikatab for our learning.
Was written to instruct us.
That we through endurance in the Nakum of the Ketubim might have Tikva.
Tikva, that's good. Do me a favor, let's look up teach. Heard a man say when preach got 3 components. So when you preach, you got to reach each. That's what the deacon said. He'd cheat on their wife too. They have a nice saying. But ain't too many folks you don't get that don't fool around. That's just ain't too many of them. It's just a common practice. You used to be a time you say, old Baptist preacher, but you'll be telling a lie. He not the only one. The Baptist preacher, he on the low totem pole. Non-denomination, holiness, straight holes. I'm just telling you, and one of them lights, they put their Israel in front of her, Israelite, straight homemonger. Isn't that right? And they the one made that bill. Hebrew, that Israelite, straight homemonger. It's just being honest. I ain't gonna teach these people how to live. This is teach. I guess this is for the third person. The other 2 already got it. So he's gonna show or explain to someone how to do something. That make a difference. See that? And then they give you a little short sentence or just statement. See, she taught him how to read, which means she showed or explained to someone or to her, just using that, how to do something. That makes sense? That's what we're looking at. Y'all we're trying to make sure that we know how to do something. And what we're trying to know how to do is how to be ready when he come back here. Because that man is coming back here for a particular kind of people who have a particular kind of trait and ability. If we don't manifest that, then he's not coming back for us. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
Let's see what he told us at the book of Chazum. Chazum, because we're dealing with the Ka, right? Or the Ha. There's some believe it's the Ha. Then it makes a H-H-A-T-H versus the C-H. But Chazum, they call Revelation. Chazum, 1. And see what that's 1 and 6. Well, somebody, I thought I was lacking on members. Somebody ain't got no member. That's when they tight. That's why you don't complain. Man, one day you'll be up, you'll be at your pinnacle, you'll just be shooting that answer, knowing word, how to find stuff. Look around one day, just be you in them pews. All right, this is Romans chapter 1 and 6. I'm sorry, Revelation. They call it Chazum, which is visions. Listen.
And hath made us Malachim and Kohanim unto Elohim and Abi. To him be Kabod and Mashal Olam. Aman.
Okay. Verse 7.
Behold, he cometh with clouds.
And?
Every shall see him. And they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the Arath shall wail because of him. Even so, Aman.
the tribes he called Mishpachah. Till we use Matah for tribe, but he used Mishpachah, which all the tribes, all the families of the Arats shall mourn over him, so it shall be among. So nobody gonna miss his appearance when they come back here. You know, a lot of us we looking to see him, but it's a different when you see him in Shalom and you see him in his wrath. That's why it's so important we come, that we try to make sure that we what he's looking for. Y'all got, we're looking at a particular type of people, okay, or a particular type of person. So look at the book of Kaf. Kaf, that they call Peter. Kaf for the hand. Think fist. I have the Kaf. See if that's Aleph. 1 and 12. Aleph. Kaf. 1 and 12. We have quoted and read many times the book of Abari. They call Hebrews 12th chapter about therefore seeing we are so compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses that we ought to lay aside every weight. You know, amazing. Well, we looked at that word. What was it? Sha'ak, I think, was the mislay. He told us to lay aside every weight and the kata that does so easily beset us. I think that beset is in hedge. You know how important it is to actually go back through everything you do and see what hinder you. You know, when Philip, who they would write as the evangelist, I'm not sure the Abari word for it, but that's stuff they make up. Another trade name for somebody homosexual, so we know he wasn't. You get about more homosexuals out of men that supposed to be prophets and evangelists. Mm-hmm. It's just whatever. You get a lot of junk out because they traveling. So they hidden and miss, they hidden and keep running. They ain't stuck to one place. So they think their rep stay clean. Your rep ain't gonna stay clean.
That's right.
It'll catch up with you.
Yep.
But when he taught him, which we said was to teach someone how to do something, when he started at the same writing, then he wanted to be immersed. And then he asked the question. Who know what the question was that eunuch asked? What hindering me? What's stopping me? What's preventing me? And a lot of times what hurt us, we got things that are preventing us, but we hadn't actually went through the exam and make sure we've gotten rid of it. And it's bad when it comes down to the human mashpat, which is judgment, that you hadn't gone through and looked at. There are some things that will prevent you. So when it come back to the people that are asleep, that are mut, the book said, we which are alive shall, what was it we do? We shall not prevent them which are asleep. You can't stop it. There's nothing you can do to block them. They got to come up. That crop already been planted. He said you can't prevent that. That's already predestinated set. But you can prevent yourself from being accounted with. So what we're trying to make sure of is that we get a real solid understanding on when he tells us to do something, that we actually understand it, just like to mislay. Sometimes, how many of y'all that, oh goodness, where are my keys? And you say, hey, and when y'all seen my key, how about your phone? Huh? You know what I'm saying? How about your wallet or your purse? You can't do that with the word. That's the only stuff you can get away with it. You can get away with it with your keys. You can get away with it with your wallet, your purse. You can't mislay this the ball.
That's right.
Wherever you set it, you got to know where it's at. That's
right.
Why they knew how to come look for Yahushua. And they was afraid that he had been mislaid. That's what Maureen was concerned about. Mm-hmm. She said, we don't know where we laid him. If he not here, this is where we put it. And it's supposed to be here. That's the same thing with us. That man put us somewhere for a particular use. That's what Kudash is. Anything you set aside, you said don't touch that. That's Kudash. That's all this Kudash, understand first. That's been to set it aside for something. But when you take the bar and you put it somewhere and you don't know how to properly use it, you don't have it when it's time, then that's a violation. It's important for us. When we talk about arming ourselves with the same mind, that's having a like understanding. These guys in every particular situation were able to activate what they knew. Y'all got it? And it's bad that sometimes we forget and we remember after a situation is over, which means we mislaid it. And that'll come in through not discussing it, not thinking on it, not meditating on when you get up, when you lay down, he said when you go out, when you're talking about all these things, we got to constantly keep reminding us as a car. You got to keep recalling, got to keep reminding ourselves so we'll know what manner of person we have to be. If you don't talk about it till you come here on Wednesday, how many days you got between when from you leave here now? What you got? All Thursday, all day of what they call Friday. Then you come in Shabbat later. How much messing up you could have done? How many times you could have reacted in a way that was contrary to what you've been told? And it's simply because you mislaid it. After Shabbat, how much time you got for you get back here on what they call Wednesday? And you ain't coming in now almost to the night of Wednesday, which is going to be putting you on Kamashi, the Thursday, the night of Thursday. You got what I'm saying? Or what they call Thursday. So we have to start considering now, why do we have the same situation, just like being talked about on the same situation. It's because you mislay. And now when it's time for you to perform and have a duty, you're not able simply because you hadn't really took it serious. A lot of y'all don't take it serious. You don't take it serious. For that, this is how you got to live every day. Not just on Wednesday, not on Shabbat later, not on Shabbat. This is how you got to live every day. Which means you're instructed, you're taught, you're shown how to do things. And this is how we got to walk. Y'all got it? All right, let's see what he told. This is Olive. 1 Peter, they call it shakak. To mislay, to be oblivious of. We talked about oblivious, didn't we? Not aware of your surroundings. From want of memory or attention. You're oblivious. That's dangerous. It's dangerous for us not to be aware, especially in First Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. He said, other time in the season. Hakeem? Why you think he would tell you that? Because you shouldn't have shakak. You should know time and season. So he said that's why you yourself know perfect well, because you should have gone over it. How it just happened? Now, we read that as Christians. What did that mean to us? Other than you have no need that I should write unto you. Because I'm only writing it to remind you.
Right.
But you wouldn't need that because y'all been discussing it.
Right.
You already had this information. You had already been shown it through the team. When we read whatsoever was written aforetime was written to the alignment, which is to show us how to do so. That's why you just say teach. Teach kind of leaves a lot of open ends. You know, teach is, to teach. Teach. See, you start defining the word with a word because you really don't know. All we know is I mean like a teacher teach. You mean like a teacher shows someone how to do something. So what was written aforetime was written to do what? That's how we'll look at it. Show us how to do something, because you're going to get a lot of commands, which are more, which are orders. Now, how you going to feel these orders? Do me a favor. Do you remember a military order that you could call? Well, just give us a military order. No, I'm just saying, like as a sergeant, just like give them an order, a military order. How many of y'all understand that? Stand attention. We'll give them another one. That's a good one. How many of y'all know how to do that? Stand in parade rest. That's tight, because I don't. Mm-mm. But then we said he taught us. You know what it means. How many of y'all don't know what he said? He said stand in parade rest. Give us another order. How many of y'all know that? Front, what'd you say again?
Front lean and rest position.
Front lean rest position. Putting your rifle down and lean. Push-up position. Ray, you know an awful lot. What you been watching all that YouTube? Oh, using ROT, so y'all might went armor. Well, he sure looked out for it. Because you got in there with that battle arm stuff like that, and it'd have been a mess. Ain't that right? Folks got shot up early before the war got it going. What's another order here? I know I kind of put you on the spot, but the reason why I'm asking and the reason why I'm saying that, how many of y'all didn't know some of what he said? How many of y'all didn't know anything that he said? How many of y'all knew everything he said? Which means for those of us that didn't know any, and for those of us that knew some, that means he would need to show us. Right. He just told them what it was, but what would happen if he was teaching, he would actually show us.
Right. Show
us how to do it. Show us how it ought to be done. Y'all got it? So that's the important point. Well, I know we read Romans 15:4, whatsoever written for a time, written for our learning. You know what I'm saying? And we don't pay attention that it was written to show us. That way you have no excuse. When the book told us that we are without excuse, oh man, whosoever you are. You see what I'm saying? Because you've been shown it. Y'all got it? So that's what we want to make sure that we're aware of. Because if you can assume to know something, but when it come down this man and he come back here and you don't know, you ain't getting in. This is the only opportunity chance you'll get is here. I'm not talking about that building to make sure you get it right. It's up to you to come to make sure you arm yourself with the right weaponry and the tools you need to make it in. You can come, let me tell you something. The average of the members here, or the online stream here, are just comfortable with showing up and keeping their name on the roll here. This is not the role he's going to use in the human march spot.
That's right.
He will not add me for my role.
That's right.
Because you already got a role. He'll take some from him, a couple from him. He'll take a couple from somewhere else. That's just how it'll be. Mm-hmm. So my goal is I want him to take everything I got. Because it'll be similar to like here. I'm trying to take it to the market.
Right.
And when you go to a farmer's market, you know what? You ain't the only person over there you're not the only person over with no tomatoes.
That's right.
You ain't the only person over there with no boiled peanut.
That's right.
How many of y'all been to a real farm market? You the only one? Mm-mm. There's more people.
That's right.
You know what's gonna get it in? Who got the best talk, who got the best presentation?
That's right.
Who got the best reputation? That said, listen, you want something? That fella right there. Or that lady, go that lady right there. Isn't that right? Because people know it's been quality tested. My goal is for Mr. Yahuah to come and say, he wants something for his adult. Come right over here and see me.
That's right.
So it's going to be by presentation. So we want to make sure that we understand. He's going to look at people that have been taught, people that's teachable. Mm-hmm. Y'all got it? You be fishing, you about that year's going to be fishing, old man say, I know he ain't catch no fish. He don't hold his lip right. You be like, what? Yeah, them old folks, they'll throw one out down here. They say you can't catch it. They say because your lip, you ain't holding your lip right. You be trying to think, how my lip is on my face? They just throw you off like that, leave you thinking for a while. And then you thinking it's your lip, but it ain't your lip. You don't know what you're doing.
That's right.
So this is what we don't want to do. This will be critical, not now. This will be critical in the human mosh pot. Mm-hmm. Because the people that mislay, those are not the people he can use. So like, it's certain things you'll get corrected on. When you get corrected, you move away from it.
That's right.
Don't get corrected and stay in it. And I got people who've been here long enough, that shouldn't be your testimony. Mm-hmm. Once you get corrected on all that, I'm good on that. Now I'm waiting to get where else I get, because all this is getting me to perfection. When you keep getting hung up and hung up and hung up and hung up and hung up, I can assure you, you ain't nowhere near no perfection. Talming, perfect. That's what he wants us. That's the whole purpose of the debate, to make us perfect. Mm-hmm. Let's see what happened right quick. Romans 3:16. I'll come back to Olive Cough 1-12. They call it they call it Timothy, but it's actually Barnabas, which is born of the Nabah. Beth for second. Bar. Naba. Barnaba, what is that? 3:16. Let's see. Let's see what they tell her. Listen.
All Kitab is given by inspiration of Elohim.
All of the writings is Nikatab, is written. So all of the writings is written in the Ruach of Elohim. So this is the guider. The Ruach is the guider of the writings. For all of the scriptures are written in the Ruach of Elohim. That one else said, for all scripture is given by the inspiration.
Yes, sir.
So the inspiration, the thing that's the agitator to the writing, y'all got it, would be this. Just like if you had a liquid, tea, Kool-Aid, things that would need to have sugar. You can pour the sugar inside of it, and it can still be bitter. So you would need something that will actually go in and agitate, a stirrer, spoon. Some people might use a fork, or if you're on vacation, with Chevy, you might have your cousin stick her arm in there and stir the Kool-Aid up. That depends on where you're at, different type of people. How many of y'all remember that Chevy on vacation? That thing was funny. That girl stuck her arm in that Kool-Aid, she was stirring up in that pickle jar. He was like, yeah, you know how to use your hand. Stuck that whole arm in there. That's redneck Kool-Aid.
That's right.
And that little pig boot up on your nail. Best Kool-Aid you had, so I've heard. I can't drink it. But Mike, come on, you got some for sale on my hair. But these are the things we're looking at. So the agitator, we will look at is this, because it stirs it up. You got it? So the Ruach stirs it up. So that I want to make sure I understood that for all of the writings is written in the Ruach of Elohim, okay? And profitable for
doctrine.
That's what we're looking at. Well, he said for teaching, which is to show someone how to do something. So that's what done. So the Ruach is the inspirator for the writings, and the prophet is that it shows you how to do something. Okay? For
reproof.
What did we say reproof was? People tell you to go back and proofread what you write. Let's go back over it. So let's see what reproof. Is that the same read for retarded? Hello? An expression of blame or disapproval. So make a difference with these prefixes, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Because we know what they tell you, go back and proofread, you know what I'm saying, make sure it's correct. But now we find reproof. What happened? Did I miss something? Oh, you just checking for? Two. All right, what's the other one? Okay, an expression of blame or disapproval. What else? What else is that? Make waterproof again. Make a fresh proof of printed material. We said backward. Matter. What I said? What I said that? Oh, it looked like material. Printed matter, okay. Now you look at it from this way right here. Look like material. Yeah, it is. What it did right here made up? What it did right here? I just said, what it did? I'm saying, that's all I'm saying, before you fight. That's all, before you fight. And this ain't air.
That's right.
It's material.
That's
all.
right.
I'm talking about this.
That's
you
right.
know NATO Jacob? Do you know NATO Jacob? Come on, I don't know NATO. I know NATO. Do you know NATO Jacob? So yeah, so make a fresh proof of for piece of printed matter. But this is material. Mm-hmm. Okay? So this again, or to an expression of blame or disapproval. Hey, look, she welcomed him with a mild reproof for leaving her alone. With an expression, a mild reproof for leaving her alone. I've been with you. Whoever did it, they ain't have nothing else to do. They really have nothing to do. This doesn't make sense. She welcomed him with you. Welcome is inviting. This is a disapproval or blame. You know what I'm saying? You don't use welcomed. I wouldn't use welcome if I'm trying to illustrate a blame or disapproval. Y'all got it? I would probably say she welcomed him in her explaining her reproof for his leaving. Da-da! Now, like you say, you're welcome if you want to ask me. You're welcome to ask me about it in that matter. You understand? Like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, sometimes I say, you're welcome to ask me about it. But saying, she welcomed him with a mild reproof, this was just lazy. They weren't counting nobody. They were looking for you to take this sentence and run off with it, or this and say, you know, man, that's intelligent. This is really confusing, okay? I would have never done rebuke, reprimand. You know what I'm saying? That? She welcomed him with a mild reprimand or rebuke or reproach. It's not welcome, okay? This is white people praying. Nigga would, she kicked him in his mud for leaving. Reproof. Then you put reproof after it's done. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna write a nigga dictionary.
That's right.
A dictionary for niggas. When a nigga piss off, you look and say, hold on, can I say a bad word? Can I say a bad word? You look in that book, you look in the nigga dictionary. It ain't gonna be no alphabet, it's just gonna be that. Wherever you open, it'll be the right stuff.
That's right.
When you piss, everything the right stuff.
That's right.
That little girl had to say a bad word, she just used a compound. She just throws two of them out of her in her mind, but it made sense. All right, come on back. So y'all understand, express blame or disapproval. I don't know if I'm gonna use that for that. But she's saying all of the scripture for expression of blame or disapproval, nothing about that one. All right, let's go. For all the Kitab, scripture is written, Kitab, in the Ruach Elohim, and his prophet before, to show someone for reproof. Well, could be that. Show someone about blame or disapproval, because they were done for correction, for, you're saying structure, for and guidance in the circle. In the circle. I mean, Lion King came to me. The circle of life. I didn't know this man watched Lion King before he wrote this stuff. I didn't know that. For guidance, it said for instruction in Sadiq.
Yes, sir.
But he said in guidance in the circle.
Cycle.
Yeah. Let me say so. Let me say first. Hold on for a minute. When this C go around, what did it go around like a square to you? What it is? Well, I'm looking at the letters. What are you looking at? I'm looking. What is this right here?
Half a circle.
But I'm doing when it all the way like this.
Circle.
Circle. That's what I'm talking about. Then same thing. So you get on a cycle. What the tide like?
Circle.
So it's cycle, circle, potato, potato. Same old thing. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Potato, mushroom. Isn't that right? Same thing. Well, you got to potato with a mushroom and that thing be swinging. You got to have that brown gravy though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So for guidance and for Chris' sake, cycle. I'm trying not to offend Aku.
Yes, sir.
Because cycle sings somewhere. So for guidance in the cycle of Sadiq. You know what I'm saying? For instruction in righteousness.
Yes, sir.
Let's look up cycle in a circle. Circle back around and let's look up cycle. When you stand from the side, it don't matter. I had to spell a word. That lady told me, she said, I need you to fill this out. I had to write some stuff down. She said, just write. I was like, lady, I don't be writing nothing. You write it down.
That's right.
I don't be filling out all that paperwork. She wrote it. She told me to write down manager. It was bad. I just scribbled it right quick. I said, man, I ain't know the last time I wrote down manager. I was thinking manager. I just throw them letters in there. I got the M-A, then I throw a bunch of letters. Instead of that AGI, I throw the cut about 3-4 letters in between that N and that G. He ordered it out. I said, that's it, boy. I said, I don't be writing that stuff. Look at them. They're tight. They're tight when they be fighting.
Yes, sir.
They be steady fighting. I be seeing way down the room. Crib be saying like Stevie Wonder. Come here. Pick up the mic out, it done fail. Circle.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A series of events that are regularly repeated in the same order. It's like it come back around or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. Okay, that's how I want to tell rotation. So in the rotation, so it's for correction, for guidance in the rotation of Sadiq, in doing right. Basically, righteousness is just doing right. Isn't that right? Let's see what right is. All these are words you know. It's just better. It's just to know, just have a better understanding. The better you understand is, the less opportunity, the less chance you have for faulting or failure. Right? Morally good, justified, or accepted. So that's the purpose of why he wrote this. So it can express blame, disapproval, so you can get correction, And then you can be morally good, justified, or accepted. The only people that he's going to justify, he's going to accept, is people that meet his mandate. We know righteousness, root, right, but it's good to know more. We know this, there were more, but this gives us an idea to be justified. The only way to be justified is to use the writing. So how does the writing get me to be justified? Then it has to show me. It had to show me a person that's been justified. All right? Let's look at something. Let's get the 3rd chapter of the book of Matthew. Matthew chapter, Matthew, they call it Matthew, which is the gift of Elohim, the gift of Yahuah. Matthew. Ooh, you were going there. I feel like I'm back at that man writing again. That lady can't read that writing. They're going to be bad when that check go through. I don't remember the bank. What's the bank for if you got to do all that writing? What they back there for?
That's right.
Let's see. Chapter 3. Let's see 12. I was doing something. That lady said, you need glasses? She said, why don't you just get glasses? I said, no, man, I ain't get no glasses. She said, well, you know, I'm going to be bumping. I said, that don't bother me. I said, I bump into a door. I just argue with it, act like the door did something. I said, I argue with a track can. I said, I refuse to wear glasses. She said, I wear them. I said, you still young. You get old, you'll be like me, you just rather bump into something. Them glasses tell on you, Uncle Ted. Not you. God, Uncle Ted, when you first looked up, it's medicine in them glasses, ain't it? Them prescription glasses. Yeah, I seen it. When you got one of your eyes just laid over there one time, because you know how to blow it up, the glasses, but now. When he did it, I got it, Lord, that thing, it's like a goldfish supposed to swim across down. It did, but don't worry about it. All Qatar. no, but the time will come eventually, I had to get them when I get 92. Animals still drive, wide slap over. When you get old like that, folks, bro, they be a cuss out, they look, they be like, man, that's somebody's great-granddaddy. And you just keep going, so I heard your mother. And then you say, you pull off. Let them get out and help you, they get up on your tie. So my tie makes a noise, you'll listen to it, they get up on her, you just pull off. Young people ain't that bright, right? This is Matthew 3, I know I said 12, I'm at 16. No, you fine, you just got to the gist, don't worry about it. All right. This right here, 3 and 12. His winnowing fork is in his hand. 3 and 12. Pick it up. You'll say his fan is in his hand.
Yes, sir.
So now, when we heard this, Ali, you came out the Christian movement. What was your interpretation of his fan is in his hand?
No idea.
Did anybody ever explain that?
I've never heard explained.
What'd you say to what? What hell? Who's that now? Who said it? Beat it. Hold on for a minute. What you say? So you knew that when you was in a Christian church? That's what we talking about. Right. You wild that man. I said, I'm like, no. We all here to hear words of me. No. I didn't say me. I was saying in the Christian church, because it said whose fan is in his hand. So we didn't have an understanding about what they were talking about. We didn't, you know, I mean, because we just read it. It's like, just skip over that and keep going.
Right.
You know how dangerous it is, though, to keep going? Because you're talking to somebody who understands, he's communicating with people who understand the process of refining wheat. Okay? So there's a process of a couple of things that you have to do. Because it don't make sense to just tell me, all right, here I come, I'm here new. I said, you know, the Bible said you got to be beat. If you don't be beat, he don't receive you. You thinking, hold on for a minute. You trying to come out, you finna try to play, because for us, we always get played. Mm-hmm. You know, the Bible said press down, run over, or run, but you got to give someone. So we're already cautious people. So when somebody talk about us giving us something, And people talk about beating us. We already feel like we're getting beat, so we're going to question a lot of things. So when we listen to him talking about whose fan is in his hand, his winnowing fan, because then you're looking at how you start to come in to separate the tear from the wheat. All right, that wind actually will push away wheat, whereas enough to where it'll separate. That's the purpose of the rock. It separates it. So when that fan comes, what's chaff, what don't have any stability in the way, it's going on away. What's going to be kept going to fall right into his basket. And anytime he's going to thoroughly clean, he's going to purge his floor. Because before you come in and start doing a lot of these things, what you do, you're going to sweep it. He even talking about when a man is possessed with these shadim. He said when they come, he get rid of them. He said when they come back to the bed, how they find it? Swept and garnished. It's kept. Because you got it set for storing something. Isn't that right? And his first mindset is to come to put something back in there and make it worse than what it was. Right. So all these things we understand from a natural state of how important it is when the Ruach come in, just like when he's telling us about how all Kitab, all scripture is given, is written for in order to teach us, which is to show us something or how to do something. They start letting us know about the reproof, expressing disapproval for, or showing blame for actions. And the purpose of this whole thing coming back is to correct us so we can be right morally, so you can be justified. Because these writings don't just teach us how to walk and how to live, they also show us things, conduct that's not becoming for us. You know, so it's important to understand that process. You can go through and use a lot of big verb words or whatever you want to do, vocabulary, and run off into stuff and leave people mind-boggled because they don't know what you're talking about. But for us, it's important because this was a trade that we already did. He know you should understand this. You should understand the processor of wheat. When it's being gathered, then you'll take it out so you'll put it back and you'll beat it. You'll put it in the bag and cover it up and you'll beat it. That's what they did to Yahushua. They put a blindfold and beat him. But nobody paid attention what time period were they in. When I say time period in the Shana, which is the year, they was coming to Pesach, which means they were harvest. They were getting ready to take wheat. So they was in the process, when you take it, you put wheat in a bag and cover it up. Why would you cover up wheat? Why would you cover a man's face? So people who understood the process knew what they were saying. This is get him to, what happened after that? He wound up moot and he became superior to all, which he was in the Pesach, but he really showed his superiority. So now when you're getting beat, when you're going through and you're suffering, who do I mimic now? That's because I was limited, which means someone showed me how to do something. Y'all got it? Even Koph said how he must shortly take off his
Tabernacle.
Hakil, I think they use for tabernacle. He said, like I saw in a vision. He said, even as they showed them how to do something. So our whole purpose is let's just pray and let's just pray, hope, and believe. Where you read that at? Everything he got is about teaching, even to come down to correcting. Teach them so they can be morally good, so they can be justified. That's what right is. So when we say, I pull out, I say Yahushua, I ask him to justify, will vindicate, which means to justify, the shafet is our word. They'll say judge. Judge us so you can vindicate us, right? Justify us. But that's going to only be if we're morally good. According to whose standard? American standard? English standard? Latin, Rome? No, it's going to be according to what he told me, what's written. So it's all been given to us so we can be taught, show us how to meet the measure. Because a lot of times we say, oh, I'm just hoping and praying, and I'm doing all I can. You're not doing all you can if you're not doing what the book say. Well, I can't do everything the book say. All you can do is do your best. See, this is another faltering way of never making it in. The whole purpose of giving the right, because it was never left to you to just do what you want or how you think. I had to go get a book of Shafatim, they call judging, when he talked about how in those y'all a man own his own eyes is how he see things, appearance. You have some people, you say, man, you just do what's right to you. Or, you know, it's got to be right in your eyes. Because now you're making your own judgment. Versus, we sit under the own of somebody who's already set the pinnacle of where we got to be. So everything we do, we got to make sure we measure up in his sight. So all these things got to be considered. We got to be, I said, I feel like I'm pretty good. Did you read that? Or that what you contemplate? You came up, they cut the out. I can't afford that stuff. But you got to start considering how well does that work? Does he use your guideline? Your measuring stick. So since we got to use his, doesn't it make sense to know what it says and make sure we comprehend properly what does he want us to do? Because it doesn't make sense to ask us to do something we can't do. Well, I say, man, some stuff is just unreasonable. It's things you don't understand. It's things you don't want to understand. It's things you don't want to know. It's things you don't want to. Always got to contemplate, I tell people, always contemplate the work and the reward. The work should never supersede the reward. Okay, we're talking about your salvation. We're talking about the escape from ever burning. Everlasting burning, everlasting, what we call damnation. You know what I'm saying? So what will you give in exchange for that? That you don't burn forever. Well, I mean, I got a nice girl I met and we hit it off pretty good. How long y'all plan on living? If you got 70, 80 years of marriage, is that worth burning forever? Because then it's over. That's people who lost people after 70 years, 60, 50 years of marriage. When they're gone, they're gone. Eventually you learn I have to conform to just me now. The team spirit, the teamwork ain't no more. Now it's just me. And now you got to go in the mosh pot. Is it really worth it? But see, these are the things I look at because we wrestle with things in our mental. And we don't want our mental to wrestle us till we wind up find ourselves outside of the protocol or outside the plan of salvation. Y'all got it? Make sense? Okay. Well, hey, just hold on. Mouth of Yahuah, let's finish off. His winnowing fork is in his hand, and he shall thoroughly clear his threshing floor, and he shall gather his wheat into the barn. But he shall burn up the chaff with fire, which is not quenchable, which couldn't be put out. This is how they would have understood about. Why he just tell he gonna put it in hell? Because first of all, hell is Greek. Hell is something they made. Hell is not even say hell is not another word for Sheol. That's something we had. Like people say, oh, okay, y'all say Yahusha, Jesus. No. That's who I tell them, no. I don't consent to that. No, I don't. You talking about God? No. Who you talking? I'm not talking. I don't want that confused. If that's the case, I don't need to be using Yahushua. If Yahushua and Jesus the same person, I can just say Jesus. Mm-hmm. But they're not the same person because Jesus is a figment of your imagination. It's not even a real name. It didn't come to the 1600s. It's something you made up. He never gave you that name. Because in the book it said, wherefore Elohim has highly exalted him and given him, which is above. Then some Mexican walk around here named Jesus. Jesus Jesus. No, man, it says the other one got Yahushua too, yeah, but he gave him something and made him above all. Isn't that right? His name is an attribute. Ain't no attribute to Jesus other than slave ship, raping and killing people and cutting body members off. That's the only thing synonymous with Jesus, not salvation. Jesus saved white people, dirty white people. Mm-hmm. He had to. We didn't kill them. So who is Jesus benefit? White folk need to pray to Jesus. Mm-hmm. He saved you. Because he'd let us loose, we'd have took y'all out of him. Mm-hmm. Ain't that right? I'm trying to tell you. I'm like, Shem, you couldn't have done this, you plowed without help. Mm-hmm. There's no way in the world. That's how they understand what he was going to do. He was going to burn up those that weren't kept. Everything that he don't bring into his malkuth, his empire, Yahuah going to burn it up. The same way a farmer don't take no chaff in there. He cleans it and keeps it going because he know I'm going to store this stuff here. And I want this place prepared. Y'all got it? Mm-hmm. That's what Yahushua tried to tell you, that he was going to prepare a place for you. That where he was, there you were going to be also. Okay? So, let's see what happened. This was your Ukanine. Offensively, and I say your husband bought no prostitute. If y'all got a little something going on the side where he throw 5-50%, throw 10-50%, that's y'all stuff now. Hope them ain't old habits. All right, 3 and 13. 3 and 13. Then Yahushua.
Then cometh Yahushua from Galilee to Jordan
To defend.
unto Yahuah to be immersed of him.
By his hand. Let's see. What happened?
But Yahuah forbade him, saying, I have need to be immersed of thee, and comest thou to me?
So I got need your hands to immerse me, and you come to me. Go ahead.
And Yahushua answering said unto him, Suffer it to be so now, for thus it becometh us to fulfill all sadiq.
Fitting for us to do what, y'all? To be justified, to be morally good. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Meet the mandate and the protocol. He said we got to do this. See, it's fitting for us to do this. Because this is right.
Yes,
Y'all got it? This is morally right. This is what this justifies. Everything that justifies, that's fitting for us. You know, sometimes you'll see people, something you said, I remember like Hayward had that big old, that nightgown shirt on out there. I don't know if Hayward had been sleepwalking. Y'all seen that picture, he had that purpose. I don't know if Hayward had been sleepwalking or what. Man, that thing was dragging the guy, man. Somebody thought Hayward, the kid was crying. They thought he was a ghost or something. They thought he was a ghost because he ain't seen no feet. And he was moving, and the thing was just dragging the ground. So like Hayward was floating through the backyard over there. That was a mess. Man, y'all went here one night. We had went out there and cut that farm, man. We were tired, beat down, tired. We got through, said, man, we got to cut this son of dog. Goodness. We came over back here, like, well, come on, we can knock it out. We came in here trying to get through edge and folk, push more. Hey, jumped on the riding lawnmower. Y'all know all the experience we had with hell on that ride, man, ain't never been good. Hey, we got back that man, hey, went down that ditch, man, water shooting up everywhere. man, they thought it was white water back there. He had that lawnmower, he studied here and look at, we had to come pull. I said, why? We had just got through. Y'all, every time we went there, that thing was smoke. Y'all saw them pictures? One day, listen, 2 times he was on that buzzer started flying around him. We said, get off here. I mean, the buzzer was just, they knew, I said, it's bad when the buzzer know he done killed a lawnmower. I ain't never seen buzzer attack a lawnmower before. But, you know, that's Hayward. And that said, after he told him it was fitting to do what was morally good, which was right, he said, then he permitted him. We talked about, think about this. We started out earlier, remember, talking about things that would prevent you. He was preventing Yahushua. What allowed it to happen? The scripture. That ain't that bad. You didn't say wrong, because it was right. You can't stop right.
That's right. That's right.
Ain't no way you keep you out of the mouth cool, you right.
That's right.
You heard the man say, he kept telling me, you keep on, you said, go on now, no, go on. He said, but it's right. He said, well, go ahead. Hey, look, I can't stop what's good. Not in Yahushua. And Yahuwah said it's too. Yahuwah said it's justified. I can't stop that. But he was stopped before that. He said, I'll stop it. I'll hold it up. I won't let it happen. But then when he told him, he said, we got to do what's right. He said, come on, let's do it. And then, see, that's what we got to do. Sometimes our standards or what we want can get in the way of what he established. We always have to leave that room where when we find out and we see it right, we move right into it. See, sometimes we get folk, they get hang up, stuck in this stuff, and you let stuff, it'll put you too far out there. Then when you try to constantly, I want to say I'm sorry about how I act, how it could be where at that point, don't even worry about it. You got too far in the well right. So you don't want to be that type. You want to be that type of person where when the word, that's for everybody here, you want to be that type of person that when the word comes and when you know it right, that's what you go and you move to. Isn't that right? That's what he did. He said, then he permitted him. That teach us something. When it's right, because he was stopping before that. Before that, no. But when the man told him it's fitting to do what's right, then he permitted him. Let's see what happened. Let's see what happened when you do what's right. And
Yahushua, when he was immersed, went up straightway out of the Ma'in, and lo, the Shamayim were opened unto him, and he saw the Ruach of Elohim descending like a dove and lighting upon him.
Let's see, verse 17.
And lo, a call from Shamayim saying, This is my Yedidah Ben, in whom I am well pleased.
That's right, Yeti. See that? And whom I am well pleased. Why wouldn't he be well pleased? The man did what was right.
Right.
See, now that's what we're trying to do. Isn't that right? That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get that title, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's look at Aleph, Yahuah 9, 3 and 1. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. Y'all go and get well. Oh, you spraying tonight? Man, you spray like you shooting a gun, though. That man just walked, man, somebody shoot you, man. You can't walk in no door like that. They gonna fell through a door like this. But you almost got killed. Y'all better get that man some spraying lesson. Y'all just loose that man on the spray. He don't know. That man, you can't pop around no door doing like this, man. Man, get laid out around here. I just see the blue go pop around that one on him. We got to learn him how to spray to how to show him. He moving fast. You got to meditate that spray. Tell the also they meditate sprayer. Yeah. You got to know how to do it. You got to get a little rhythm with it. He from California. All right, this is Yahuah 9. Aleph, which for first. I'm sorry. Yeah, 3 and 1. Let's see. Listen.
Behold, what manner of Ahab the Abba hath bestowed upon us, that we should be Kara, the Benim of Elohim.
See that?
And we are his
See,
Benim.
hold on. See what greatness of Ahab for love the Abba, the Father, has given to us to be Yakra. They put Hayakra. Yeah, I mean Kara. Well, I might try Ha for B, and the I wonder if the I for the Y, saying it's the, it might be no. We'll be doing so much stuff. Hold on, let me see something. Well, I don't know, the ancient, it'd be different. They put, what the hell, Actually, I can't, no. Okay. Also, oh, okay. Oh, okay. H, okay. That's what they did. Y'all see it? I type Kyle. You say Greek? Okay. Sorry. That's Shiva. Shiva, correct? Shiva. That's why y'all got the, what's called this apostrophe. So they're saying it's like an LE type, which is going to be for, no? Okay. All right. That's what I want to say. I try to see what this the yard. He changed it, saying it was an I type, but they said this comes in H, I, Kuf. And the Kuf, he's saying you're only using the Q in the sound, but then you come in with the A. Which y'all remember which one there? Comments. You did better. Comments. For the A, Q, A, Rosh, which y'all got right here. That's tight. No cheat. Surrey. Y'all remember this? Surrey. He's saying it's an E sound, as in 8, E-I. It's making an E-I sound. So I just want y'all to remember the discipline of these people. So y'all would want to know your enemies. You need to know your enemies. All right? You keep your friends close. You keep your enemies closer. All right? All right, that's good. Let's go. Beneath children to be Kari, the benim of Elohim, and we are his benim. Therefore, the Arats knows us not, because it did not know him. That's what he told us. Number 2. Listen.
Yedidah, now are we the benim of Elohim, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when we shall appear,
when he is revealed,
we shall be like him.
For
we shall see him as he is.
That's right. He's going to show us. That's going to be part of the teacher. Once we see him, he said we're going to be like him. Y'all said we talk about before the old game, get like me. He said it doesn't appear. He said, but when he show up, then we're going to look like him. That's going to be part of the teacher. Once we see him, that's what we're going to transform into. Y'all get it? Kind of like a chameleon. It'll learn to attach. It'll change based upon what's the surrounding. Y'all got it? People tell people, oh, you're like a chameleon. You change up. That's how we do. When he come, we're going to change up just like him. Isn't that right? And that's actually one of the things they do in order for protection. They're on the ground, and that brown leaf, they need to kind of favor the brown leaves so a predator don't see them. They're on a tree, they need to kind of favor green leaves. You're always trying to throw off the attacker. And that's the same thing we got to try to do. And we're going to throw off the attacker by us manifesting the behavior he done told and prescribed for us. Isn't that right? Okay, and the reason why we went here, because it was important, because the statement he made about Yahusha, he called him Yedidah. He just called us that. Then he said we were the benim of Elohim, and he told us that the Ben was his Ben. He told us that Yahusha was his Ben. He was Yedidah, he was beloved, and he was his son. Now he just called us beloved and told us we're his benim, which means we had to be taught something. Something had to be shown us. Someone had to show us something in order for us to know what to manifest. Got it? Halal is great, ask it. But when you know what to ask for.
Right.
When you know how to ask it, you know what's feasible. Isn't that right? I'm not going to Halal and ask Yahuah to do everything for me. Yahuah drive my car. Yahuah wash my clothes. Yahuah take the trash out. You're supposed to ask. He said, ask everything in his name, because you're stupid. That's stupid. When I ask him about it, it's all based upon things he want me to do anyway. Y'all got it? It's about limiting me so you show me so I can do it. To ask for the Ruach HaKodesh, we asked for the Holy Ghost, and we had no teacher. What are you going to do when you get it? How do you receive it? Just ask? No, you manifest the behavior.
Come on.
Cornelius, we talked about him, a Gentile, Guri,
right.
Another nation. Now, here's a man, he didn't know nothing until he met Cuff.
Not so.
What you say?
Not so.
See, a Christian preacher could get away with that in a Christian church and make you think that you're exactly right. The man gave much arm, and he Yara Elohim.
And his house.
It made sense that when Cuff came in and spake with him, he got it. He showed another symbol of obedience.
That's right.
You Kara for him. And when he come in, he's going to tell you what you need to do. That's how he got it. He could have said, I've been doing pretty good by myself. I'll be honest with you. I don't need anybody to tell me nothing. I know how to run a home. And he'd have been sitting around like a whole lot of us going to be. You ain't going to get it.
Right.
Because the thing that look like it's too easy to do is the thing that's going to hurt you a lot of times. Y'all got it? It's that simple. He ain't made it complex. It's about obedience. That's the same thing he tried to tell the Malak, Shaul. He said, has Yahuah as great delight as in obeying. You think I have a delight in your overage of giving? You think that does something? He said, my delight is obedience. That's why he shows with the band. His obedience, that's what I have. So now we're being called the Benim Elohim. What have these guys manifested? Obedience. Obedience. Not how you don't hear about how much they gave, it's their obedience. That's what he saw with Yahushua. He was obedient. He shama, he hearkened, he listened, he paid attention, he followed the instruction. He was taught, which means Yahuwah showed him. Now he left a written command, a written order, a script for everybody to know how to follow. Then he give us a director. Because you get people there, just because an actor takes a script, you just don't let it come on screen. It's going to be some time cut. I said, turn that page. Look, see, when you come out, you need to do it this time. They're like, oh, okay. You got the line, but the way you did it wasn't effective. So that's what the director that when they see it, they know, I know exactly how this is supposed to be done. cut, somebody walked on the set. Then you know some things are out of sequence. Well, something wasn't set right. The way you read, they're like, hold, let's go back over. Right, okay, let me look the line back over. Okay, got it. You got it now? Okay, roll them. They making sure when you see it, it's a finish. You don't know how many times they've been corrected, how much argument, how many people got fired, how many other people replaced or brought in. At the end of the day, you just saw it moving. It looked like the folks just ran straight through. Everybody knew what they were doing. You didn't know this was in section. Same thing with Yahushua. It's been in section. You didn't even pay attention to how many people he got rid of in the making of this film. At the end of the day, you just got a finished product. Y'all got, so we read the screenplay, we go back through it and look at it, you say, wow, it was a lot done in order to get this. But exactly. So that's why it's important for us to understand the magnitude of how important it is for us to know how to follow, how important it is for us to know how to manifest. And don't think it's just something you just doing, so preacher don't go off, preacher don't lose it, preacher the least of your problem. Y'all got, I'm just direct on the set. I'm trying to just tell you something, let's make sure we get this right. Let's not just think there's something we can just run through and it's okay. It's gotta be right. It's a certain particular, just like a lot of times, even when they give a person a script to read it, you might not be the only person with it. Sometimes they have people come in, they'll have you to audition for it. Let's audition for it. Some people get really into character. If they got to grow and look a certain way, they'll go and look. They'll separate from their family just to go to understand the character. If they're going to be a police role, they're going to go and get with police and ride. You mind if I ride with y'all, so I do paperwork? You mind if I go out on some cases again? Or look at, let me just see how you look at, just say you got a file right here. Let me see how you handle that. Well, typically, when I get a file, I do. So now they go, well, you look, you say, man, that guy, you don't even pay attention. You like, this guy's an actor being a police, but they look just like a police. You sit on the street, you think you're a police. And they're really not. They just really got into the role. What we had to do is really get into the role because this is how you're supposed to be. As a matter of fact, not a role for you. This is actually your position. So you're not even just acting. This is how you actually supposed to be. And that's what we got to understand. So they got all the way to beloved, and then we're told that they were the benim of Elohim. That's what we got to get to. That's what we got to be. Okay? Yes, now, let's finish this right quick. Olive Cuff, 1 and 12. I'm not trying to let y'all go. Give me some money. Give me money. Won't get about $50, but still the same thing. Well, for the people that's out, when y'all come here, we don't have no lights on. Ain't that right? We just everybody bring your phone light. Y'all them niggas come, them dead phone want to plug up around here. We still be in trouble. Up these folks coming, them old dead flat light. So gonna leave home, got 3% on their phone. Man, I'm not finna leave my house like that. All right. Hit it.
1 and 12.
1 and 12. What I said? 1 and 12. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unto whom it was revealed that not unto themselves, but unto us they did shower the things which are now reported unto you by them that have preached the true news unto you with the Ruach HaKodesh sent down from Shamayim, which things the Malachim desire to look into.
To look at them. Okay. Come on.
Wherefore, gird up the loins of your log.
And do what?
Be sober, and you're called to the end for the con that is to be brought unto you at the Kazun of Yahushua HaMashiach.
What they use for cool. Let's look that up. Yeah. Quauu, they put. It's a W, or they probably putting in sound. Ooh. Cool. House, move out with us. Kudash. It's like a dance party ride. big and bright, they thought that thing gonna blow up. I don't know what happened. We ain't heard it about 3-4 times, man. They put a lot. Anybody ask them something, what's wrong with you? Holler out something, come on. Don't say with him. I said, we got one. This is gonna be hotter than a Dutch party. I don't know, some things y'all might do, it might go across 1 or 2 times. Sometimes that feeling. Michael Jackson made a song, Can You Feel It? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Webster, McCullough, and that other Mexican boy. Oh. He. Mike should have had his nose broke if he slept with them boys. There wasn't no good dad. Don't rush down getting them kids drunk. In the water, they said go down in the water and blow the little boys up and come back up. Him and the monkey. That's why that monkey went 8 shift on him. He said, I ain't no one. He said, I ain't no. He said, I ain't Webster. I'm taller than Webster. Y'all know that monkey, Bubba tried to kill him. That's why he got Bubba out of him. They turned that $45 million. He had to pay Bubba some money too. Bubba didn't play. I may have to leave money and put Bubba down at the zoo somewhere. Bubba lost on that joker. Y'all didn't know about that? Y'all didn't know the Bubba disappeared. Bubba don't play that. No. Bubba like, what you doing, Mike? What kind of dad that is? That was it. Yeah, Bubba went 8 shift on him. Bubba tells you might think I'm soft because my name Bubbles. So them little soft names don't get everybody. Isn't that right? Bubba turned into a gorilla. Isn't that right? Wait, was a chimpanzee? When they get to be 240 pounds, you was a gorilla. Hello? What we doing? What we doing? What you trying to find? Oh, that work, we can't find it. Oh, okay, we'll find it another time. Look it up. Just remind me, make sure we get it by Shabbat. You still looking? Okay. Probably some of his stuff anyway. Q-A-U-U. What Pastor Dixon did? You found it, Pastor Dixon? I know his members looking at him. Come on through. That man said he got an interracial congregation. Okay. All right, let's go. That's all right. All right. Therefore, gird up the loins of your mind, your law. What do you call mind? Lakeem. Be sober, and I'm going to use something else. To the end with all your nefash. For the kaseed, what are you using for? Right, yeah. Kaseed. What you say? Oh. Kaseed. Man, him about to be like Hebrew Israelites. What you say? Now, come on, brother. Good point, brother, but I got something, brother. Man, we igniting. The kaseed that is to be brought to you at the Kazum. They use Kazum? No. Galath. Okay. All right. Of Yahushua, the Mashiach. So this is supposed to be done first. The kaseed is the favor. Or they use grace. Kaseed is favor. It's supposed to be brought to us at the reveal of the Kazum, Galath of Yahushua, the Mashiach, which is the anointed one. Let's see what he told us. 14. Listen.
As obedient benim, not fashioning yourselves according to the former lust in your ignorance.
Okay, here he said, as the benim of obedience, Shama, do not be conformed to the lust that you have longed for while you are still without knowledge. Y'all got it? So this is why we look at us being called the Benim of Elohim. He said, therefore, how we were the Benim of Elohim, simply because we came into doing what Yahushua did, we obeyed. The book said, purifying your nefash, doing what? Through what? The unfeigned, unfeigned, unpretended. Who we can find that show pretended? Who? How many of y'all agree with it? You agree with it? When did he do it? When he greeted him? And then we could also, he was favoring who? That's right, Amasa. Yeah, when he came up and he kissed him. He came and kissed Amasa. And the book said he didn't even know that he had a sword. He had dropped it down. And he came up and asked him, was he in good health? And he kissed him and grabbed him by the beard and he shifted him through. That's why he told him. But see, we had to see that to be taught it, because sometimes we'll think if I greet you, that means a hug, but it doesn't. He said through unpretended. Because he did. He pretended as though he cared for his welfare, but it was also to kill him. Same thing with Yahudah. It is important to know that, because remember, we said you've been taught it, which means someone showed. You showed someone something, right? That's taught. So we learned about not being pretending. People think, well, if I greet you, then how I don't love you, how I don't harm you, because we told you to do it, but it got to be unpretended. It can't be pretended. See, that's how important it is, because we saw two Israel, two good men died because people pretended. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Now, cause people tell you the truth now don't mean folks don't hard me. Sometimes y'all look at, yeah, you a hard me. You shouldn't say stuff that hurt me. Then I'm gonna hate you, cause I'm gonna tell you stuff that you gonna need to know, cause that's just how it's gonna bounce like that. It's gonna be better for you. You might not know it right then, cause you might be in the spirit. But once you get sober and come back, you'll appreciate it. Because it's to help you. It is. Sometimes folks look, I have a hard job, man. You got all these personalities and people's sensitivities and other stuff folks doing. Ooh, and nationalities. You got monkey foolians, and well, you got gorillians. You got all these different folks, and niggerans and niggeramers. When you get all them folks put in just niggers, so you miss on, Mike, I hope you're not cleaning your nail and throwing that down. Is you digging in your nail? What you digging in your hand? Because that waste got to go somewhere. And it's hard to believe you're just going to keep it and ball up in your hand, whatever you're doing. It's hard to believe it. It is because it's the nigga. See that nigga Raymond? You clean your nail. Where that going to go when you clean it in there? And it's going to be a little bulk of pig fat back there. Man, have another fill up one of them little pork skin bags. I'm talking the big one, the 99 cent they had in the old days. You gonna go and try to wash it now? I know it's scrubbed in the car. I saw he put his foot in, put a little drag. That way you can't find it. Cause I look, that was smooth though. You know he got his and picked his leg. That's that nigga stuff. See, you got to know niggas are all type. People don't believe it. They don't spot this stuff like that. You got to spot stuff other folk won't see. Way down here now, right now, he said, man, I was digging good too. And see, you don't know where he dug at before he dug then. That could have been that premeditated dig from earlier, mixed with that digging right now dig. You know what I'm saying? But wherever's at, scrub it. Oh. We just don't want anybody to get hurt on it. All right, one of y'all fall, man, and land on that thing back now. That's a good one. That was smooth right there. I used to do that, wipe my hand in 3 seconds. Not possible. What's that? But you supposed to play it off and stay now a little bit longer. If you ain't do that, just we had a fella here before. Y'all remember Kanaj? That Joe sitting there one time, man, told us, man, you gotta get in the tub, man. That Joe went in and cut that shower water, steamed that thing up, and stood at the door. And he, you know how you can see, the house was built. I bought that house. That house was built in 1926. So the door be that house on the floor. So you see the nigga heel back at the floor. You walking, that shower just smoking. Yeah, look by that door about that high. Man, he met around that boy, you just see it foot. They said, what you was in there doing? I said, boy, we see your feet standing at that door right now. No good way he ain't take no shower. But we done had some battles in him, boy. Abraham had him live with him. He had got that joke up. He said, come on, Joker, we gotta go. Come on. Hurry up, get that joker. How they ride. He got him in the car. He said, you ain't even brush your teeth. He said, this old joker, what you trying to act like he don't know? You know you ain't brush your teeth. He got that joker up out the bed and hushed him, rushed him out the door, want to see if he gonna brush his teeth. Oh, yeah, he can tell some good lies. We was sitting down eating one time. We was sitting at the top. I said, who you on the phone with? He said, I said, who you on the phone? He said, I'm talking. I said, let me see your phone. He closed it down and gave it to me. I said, nigga. I said, you know, good you went on this phone about hung up like that. Because he had faked the conversation. You know, trying to look like he was talking. We were talking. I said, well, yeah, oh, yeah, we done had all kinds come through now. There's some more of them in here. They thinking now. We had a guy here years ago one time had his phone there, had a bunch of holes on there and throwed it. And had been calling and mama, all that. But I thought there were two parts. Mama, I thought that song about mama. I'm glad for the love that you gave me. And even though you was a crack fiend, mama. I said, look at them. Oh, I forgot the first thing. I'm sorry. I didn't know they still here. Y'all all right? Something wrong with y'all. All right, we couldn't find it. So come on, finish. Say it. So as obedient, as many of obedience, do not conform to, and that's right here where we're going to lead out. I'm going to tell you why it's important. Look at when you conform. Can we see what conform means before we go? How many of y'all know what a form is? So when you conform, that means you trick the form into doing something else. Just put the words together. Comply with rules, standards, or laws. When the officer gets you, he said, I need you to conform to the commands. Y'all see what that is? Comply with rules, standards, or laws. That's what conform is. Y'all got it? All right, let's go back and look at it. Now, as being of obedience, do be conformed to the lust. And what are the conform is? Is to comply. See, if we don't look up what word, how you know you ain't done it? You know what I'm saying? I'm lusting right now. I'm lusting. I'm going to get it. So what do I do?
Conform.
I just apply to the rule of what I want, that's what I get. But that means at that point, I was not Sadiq, right? Which means I didn't do what was morally good according to the laws of Elohim. Which means I'm not justified. But that's what I felt like. But now I got to battle the end of what? I wasn't morally good in that decision. Plus, I'm not justified. He can't justify me. So if he can't justify me, he can't save me. He can only say what he can justify.
Yeah.
It's like folks tell you, hey, listen, we're going to go, put what you can in a bag and let's go. Y'all heard the rule. I come out, this stuff here in a bag, and I got this. I ain't listen. Put what you can in the bag and bring, that's it, bring. I got what's in the bag, but I'm just bring this too. See what I'm saying? That's what happened to it. You got to be able to conform to what he told you and don't conform to the regular rules. That's what happened too. A lot of us wind up conforming to rules and regulations that these people stay. I know some people believe similar we believe, and they do. I remember him do that too. That's why I shed a lot of stuff about watching all these other folks. Everything everybody do ain't wrong. It's just it ain't good for us. It's some stuff we do. It ain't good for every other congregation. It just ain't. Some stuff not. It's just like people house. It don't mean sometimes when your parent had you do stuff, it'll look like everybody's house wrong. It ain't their house wrong. It just don't work for my house.
That's right. That's right.
You have to be like that. I don't teach y'all everybody out there wrong. And I never taught y'all that. It's just everything don't work here. I can't mix y'all with everybody.
Right.
I know somebody, they got a bunch of hoes. That's exactly why they over there. I know why a bunch of hoes will be there too.
Yeah.
Because they're going to let them do what a bunch of hoes do. Ain't that right? We got women's. Clean women's. Ain't that right? Yeah. Everybody can't get in. I'm just being honest. You can't come here, man, have all your thighs. You can't come here with your thighs out. You can't come here, man, with your bras out and your tits sitting up there puffed all up, man. And look like somebody went on a chick head to pop out that thing. That thing all, but you got the top of your tit like this, like you just need to rub a little butter across that thing and let it melt. You can't come out like that. But you have someone that titty popped up, you like, man, let me get some butter rubbed across that thing. So you mess around and make somebody conform.
Yeah.
Isn't that right? The truth. Y'all don't see them like that, don't you? They wear that brother help push their titty, shoot that shirt going old mall down here. I had the other man told out there trying to pour, man, trying to fix it. You not fix no titty in front of my car. But one of them scamood about that long, you can't put up. But one of them $15 watermelon, you can't do that. I ain't had no $15 watermelon. How many y'all eat watermelon? You can't have no watermelon laying in front. You a slum on break. So that's that stuff you tell folks you just can't be doing all that stuff. That's just stuff you can't do. That's kudash.
That's right.
I mean, you said we try to be received in his everlasting habitation. He's not going to receive us. We outside the guidelines. Y'all got it? That too. I don't tell me hold that long. Come on. That too. Appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it.